Feel the music, the rhythm, a heart on a mission. Can't fight the feeling, and I'm not denying it, no. I'm here to lose all control. Got emotions in motion, they all wanna go dance. Sweat in an ocean, and I'm not denying it, no. I'm here to lose all control. First time on the floor, but I'm into it. Nervous from my knees to my fingertips. I might have a broken heart, but I won't hold back tonight. Lights go out, I move like I'm overdue. Nothing on my mind but the beating truth. I might have a broken heart, but I won't hold back.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ndiege and I create home decor content for millennials on a budget. So living in a rented house doesn't have to be boring, especially if you want to decorate and furnish your house. And today's video is an example of how you can add or bring in art into your space without it costing a lot and damaging your walls, as because we all want a deposit when you move out, right? So first rule of the game is to subscribe. It is free. Click on the red button down below. Make sure you subscribe, make sure you share, make sure you leave a comment, and then let's support my channel. So today I'm working on building a gallery wall, and I have had these in my houses as I have lived, not houses, well, when I lived at my parents' house and my first house, I've always had some semblance of a gallery wall, and I really love them because it means that you kind of curate art together in a space that makes it look a bit more high-end, more professional, very beautiful, I guess. Yes, so I've done a video before of how I got my art on a budget, and today is another such example. I say that my rule is anything that you want, you can use it in any way that you like. It doesn't have to be made or used for what it is made for, and this is one such example. So the first rule of my DIY today is do not get kicked out by your parents, because my art here was made using, wait for it, tablecloths. Literally, yes, those ones you use to wipe your hands, wipe dishes, wipe I don't know, surfaces. I saw art. So I bought this tablecloth off of Shop Malista. You guys know that's one of my favorite home decor stores, and they came in a pack of 3 for 1,000 bob. I bought I want to say 3 sets of 3, and yes, I paid all that money for them. And yes, I'm gonna show you how I did my decor. So the frames for this particular wall, the frames were from Game and Talent Carpet, I think. Yeah, tack store as well for this side. And the first bit or the first tip is to lay your art. So just figure out what you want. I did I like, so you know, my art of choice, you know, the theme in my house, aside from being eclectic, is tropic like it's hot. Yeah, yes, that jokes. So I love a lot of flamingos, a lot of palm trees, a lot of banana leaf print, and that's what I have. So I laid my so I stole this idea from my sister. I won't even take credit from it. I was going to just lay the fabric in the frame. You can also use gift wrap paper. You can use what are they called, this box, gift boxes. Literally anything that has print that you like can fit in a frame, can be framed, and can be art. So I was going to just do this without the quote, but then I saw my sister, so I laid out the gallery wall for my sister to see, and then when she saw it, she added a quote to hers, and then I saw that, and then I copied it. So we kind of just bounced ideas off of each other. So I did a quote in my on top of my fabrics, and I also picked out my art just to sort of reflect me. I wanted something, first I wanted an inspirational quote. I wanted something that reflects my love for fashion, and something that of course has that tropical heat, or adds that tropical heat to the room. So after adding my art to the frame, then I laid it out just to test out what configurations worked for the space. I'd already identified which parts of the house that I wanted to lay the art on, the frames on. So I just laid them out, tested different things, moved the frames around just to see what works. And you guys can change this up a lot, just so that it works for you. Then after that, I got this this paper from, just because I've laid gallery walls before and they've been crooked, but then over time, like with experience and with I guess just the eye, I'm able to kind of get my to kind of wing it, which I've done in my previous video, and I had a few mishaps in that I didn't get the holes in the right place. That's what she said. But yeah, so this time I decided I'm going to do it right. So I got paper, this book covering paper. I don't know, it's a textbook center, it's 40 bob, it's brown. You can also use that, you know, that when you buy flour in like the whole bale of flour, and then you just rip apart the paper and use it to cover your books. That you can use newspaper as well. I didn't think of that until after I'd done this, and I was like, why was I spending 40 bob, or is it 120 to buy this? So I traced out the frames on each of the paper, just so that I can get the frames right and get the holes, where the hole goes. This is not a good video. So where I could get right where the holes go, and sort of measure out where the hanging point is. And so I marked, so I traced out the outline of the frame, and then I traced out, or I marked X at the point where my frame has the hanging point. So some of them have, so like for the big frames, it's almost in the middle, higher up, and then for the smaller frames, some of them have it right at the top, and I think this one is also right at the top, while these ones are a bit further down because of the way the frame is set up. So I just traced those out and then came and stuck them. So I cut them out and then I stuck them on the wall with sellotape, and then I stepped back just so I could see how it kind of aligns in the space, how the space looks with it. And then, because I'd marked where the hanging point is, I took my hanging hooks and I nailed them into the wall. Then I just pulled out the paper from under the hooks and hung my pictures, and this is it. Voila, it was so easy. Well, I have added a few, so this is just 1 and 2 parts, just one corner of the house that has a proper gallery wall. I do have a bit an extra one in my corridor, and a little tiny one, like little tiny framed moments in my home office, which when I do my home office, when I finally make it over, I'll show you guys, and when I finally do my corridor, I'll show you guys. So that's just as easy as it is. You guys go forth and hang your gallery walls. The thing I love about using the nails or the little wall hooks as opposed to double-sided tape is that double-sided tape often will peel the paint off of the wall, or while it might not peel off the paint, it won't necessarily come off, or when you're moving on to the next place, your double-sided tape will likely ruin your frames, especially if you're using cheap frames. Do not use double-sided tape on cheap frames. It'll break your frames apart. Like you'll have 4 pieces of frames, trust me. I use very good frames. So far I haven't had issues, but then again, since I've been up and about moving, or I've moved I think 3 times now with a majority of my frames, I prefer to use the hole, or to just poke a little hole in the wall, which can be taken out and filled right back, and then the landlord can paint the house, I guess. So yes, let me know if you enjoy this style of video. I'm trying to try out different things for DIY, especially just because sometimes I find that I film a video and then I don't really explain what's in the video, or some people have questions after. So I'm trying something different, and then let's see if you guys like this more, or you just want to see me doing the DIYs, and that's it.
I don't get why I'm so shy in everyday daylight. Wake up at nighttime and I'm not defying it, no. I'm here to put on a show. Oh, way too late for you, babe. I'm okay, and I'm not defying
so
it.
Yes, guys, thank you so much for joining me. If you've reached this far, you know what to do. Comment, like, subscribe, share the video, show me support in any and every way, and I really appreciate you guys. I love you so much. Make sure you come back for my next video. Bye.